Hello, everyone, and welcome to the new moon in Aquarius, which kicks off the year of the dragon, the year of the wood dragon. And this is a supercharged time. I can't tell you how excited I am for this new moon and this Lunar New Year, which is full of bold energy, excitement, so much power, empowerment. And this new moon, which always precedes the Lunar New Year, this year is totally aligned with this amazing new year coming. So the new moon in Aquarius is not what's the only thing that's happening. There's also so many planets by the middle of the month moving into Aquarius all at once. It's like this supercharger for your individuality, this supercharger for being yourself, this real energy of, okay, it's time. If you're asking yourself, how do I do things better? How do I make a bigger impact? How do I do anything that's going to land? Or how do I bring more of my mission out into the world? The answer is you, you, you. And we're going to start there when we talk about this new moon and supercharging your career with individuality. We're going to get through some of the feng shui today. I did a whole video on the year of the dragon, as well as habits to adopt for the year of the dragon. There's a lot of new, fresh, strong, vibrant, bold, forward moving energy right now. And so it's time to say yes to who you are and really supercharge your career or your mission in the world. If you don't have a traditional career, or if you're not working in a job, your career will say your mission in the world, really bringing yourself to everything that you do. So the first thing and the most important thing is to do new things in new ways, or do the things that you usually do in new ways. And that could be bringing new energy to the things that you do, being excited about the things that you do. If I were to go live on live stream and do it because it was on my checklist and something I had to do, and I didn't really want to do it, and I didn't really want to be here with you guys, you would just be like, pass. I'm going to move on. That's the difference, is the energy. I get excited about doing this and people are enjoying watching them, which I'm so excited about. By the way, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. I'm doing so much more this year to bring all these new individual ideas to life. This is a time of deep individuality, knowing how awesome you are. And we're going to talk more about that as we go through all of this Aquarius energy, which is so prominent, not just in the new moon, but in everything to come in the 20 years ahead. So this is vital. What can you do that's new, and how can you do it with new energy, new life force, new radiance behind it? That's big. Another really big thing is to speak your truth and really bring forth your ideas. So if it is at a job, if you've been holding back on sharing ideas, or you've been going along with things and not offering up anything that could be better, this is a big time to say, this is what I'd like to see. And if you're a leader, or if you have like a leader in an industry, or if you have people who you work with and you're the leader of the group, it's time for you to ask people what they need and want. Right now, the Feng Shui School, which is already a big, intense, comprehensive program, is getting retooled, because I've been basically, I don't want to say begging, but asking everyone for all of their feedback, all of it. And you have to be willing to hear it. And what could be better? What could be done better? What could be sharper, more clear? What could serve you better? So ask for feedback and take that feedback and use it to be better and speak your mind. If you're someone who needs to know, if you need to know something to do your job better, or if you want implemented changes, you won't always get everything that you want. However, you won't get anything if you don't speak up. People need to know all your genius ideas. I was not surprised, but I was so grateful to receive so many amazing ideas to do things better. I just did an amazing astrology reading with Christopher Witticki from Cirrus Joy. And I have to tell you, mind blowing. If you don't watch Cirrus Joy on YouTube, you got to, because it's so good. The way he works with astrology. And this was like my big message to me is start speaking even more clearly about what you believe, not what is the absolute truth, but what you believe. And that is so resonant to me right now. It's so important to let people know who you are. No one's going to just guess. I used to walk through life going, no one really gets that I'm really good at this. And no one really gets that I can do that, because I didn't tell anybody. And it's funny how so many of us walk around waiting for someone to pick us or choose us or discover us. And what actually happens is nothing happens. And then it's like, when is someone going to realize? You gotta sometimes just tell them. And that's really, really important. Now, if you don't know where to begin, and I have a few notes here because I want to make sure I hit these points that are so important. Start by surrounding yourself with color that you love. I've been talking a lot about color. I had a dream that I was wearing this color that I'm wearing right now. Surround yourself with more color, especially while you're going through the major part of your day that brings you power, that brings you energy, that is really, color is energy. And so it's a super way to reinforce your energy, your voice, your sense of motivation, to surround yourself with color. And that could be a coffee mug in a color that you love. It could be wearing colors that you love, having colors that you love on your desk, a pen holder, even a pen that you write with, that's a color that you love. Seeing these colors, you may think it's just extra. It's not. It's such a powerful way to shift energy. In fact, color in the world of color therapy, color healing, of all the modalities to make change, color is considered to be the fastest and the most impactful. So please don't neglect color. Now, this is a huge new moon that reminds us to be aligned. And what does that mean? And that's such a nebulous concept. Sometimes people hear that. I would hear it and go, oh, alignment, great. And what does that really mean? And here, very simply, alignment is when your thoughts, words, actions are similar to what it is that you want. So if you really want to win a sports game and you're talking all day about how much you suck at the sport, that's not aligned. You want to make sure that your thoughts, words, and actions are matching what it is that you want. And it's not perfect. It's not 100,000% of the time, but it's more of the time. And this, again, with all these planets moving, aligning in Aquarius, it's like, let's go. Let's align with what you want. So ask yourself first, how can I live with more joy? That's the number one way to know that your life is more aligned, is that you feel better. When you feel good, everything is more aligned in your life. And joy is something that we can think is extra or a celebration or something for later. And we have to work really hard and focus and be serious. And there's plenty of ways that you can work diligently and still have more joy. That's part of bringing your individuality to what you do. It's part of bringing your love of what you do into everything that you do, but also it's just having more joy in life in general. In the Catalyst Camp, a woman sent me a message saying that this was the first time in years that she's felt consistent joy for almost a week. It was like, I think it was like 4 or 5 days of consistent high joy. And she said she'd never felt this much joy in ages. And usually when this has happened in the past, afterwards, she'd have a big manifestation of something. And she's looking forward to that big manifestation because she feels so much joy. And in this camp, what you're doing is clearing clutter and decluttering your whole life using Feng Shui. And so think about that. How can you bring yourself more joy on a daily basis. It doesn't have to be related to anything to do with personal growth. It could be watching movies. It could be seeing your friends. Bringing more joy into your life aligns you. And this is all the point of being here to experience more joy, to learn and experience more joy. So I live for that type of feedback. Working on your environment can be such a great way to bring more joy into your life when you're surrounded by, again, the colors you love, all the things you love to see, a feeling of freshness, a feeling of light. All of this is wildly excellent. Now, another thing is to align your words, speaking your dreams into existence, really talking about what it is that you are doing, talking about how good you are at things. I've talked about this before in lives, and I want to say it again because I know it's not considered humble to say, hey, I'm really good at this, or I'm really good at this. But you need to, because otherwise no one will know. No one will know how good you are if you don't say it, if you don't feel it. And so speak kindly about yourself. Speak words that reinforce what you are creating. I've lived in LA for over 2 decades now, and the people I met when I first moved here who were running around talking about how famous they were going to be are famous. And they didn't start off famous. They were broke, they had nothing, and they made it. And that might not be your goal, but what I'm saying is there's something very powerful about speaking your dreams into existence. And I've seen this time and time and time again. And sometimes it's almost shocking to hear someone say, yeah, I'm going to be really rich, or I'm going to win the Olympics, or whatever it is. And then they do. And you think to yourself, like, no, I don't have that much confidence. I can't really say those things about myself. That's not humble. That's not being a good person. You don't have to be flaunting everything, and you really don't even have to be telling everyone you know. But where it counts is that you're speaking to yourself and speaking about your life in terms that are matching what it is that you want. So don't downplay yourself. Don't put yourself out of the spotlight. It's about stepping into the spotlight. Everyone steps into the spotlight together. This is not just, I'm going to be better than everybody else. It's everyone is awesome, and we all rise together. And you can be the catalyst for that if you start embodying this even more. Now, another thing is your actions. Do things that move you forward every day. You don't have to do 200,000 things. You don't have to knock yourself out. You don't have to force yourself to do things that are unnatural or, make yourself crazy, but do things every day that move you forward. And specifically, do things every day that feel new, or do them in new ways. Do them in ways that maybe you're more prepared. Maybe you've researched more. Maybe you've done some extra preparation or something where you are doing something fresh. You're bringing new elements into things that you do. You're dressing in a new way, whatever it is. Align yourself with your actions. This is the practical way to do this. Your thoughts, words, actions, all matching what you want. And then manifesting things is natural. You don't have to do a ritual every day. You don't have to do a million things to make something happen. You will be in this role of manifesting constantly. Now, this is the time to become more of a leader of your life. This is really what the year of the dragon is all about. We talk about the dragon year is thought to be full of great fortune and making these big lucky moves, all these lucky things happening. But really, luck happens when you decide to become the creator of your life even more. And that's what this time is really about. So Feng Shui can play a major part in this. In the way that we work with Feng Shui, which is totally unique, this is about becoming the leader of your life even more. As you create your environment and design your environment using even what you have right now, as you start setting things up and organizing things and clearing and cleaning. And we're going to talk about a few of the things you can do now before the Lunar New Year and this new moon. You start telling the universe, I'm putting my life in order. I'm putting my energy in order. I'm putting myself in order. I am choosing the way I want to feel. I am choosing how I want to think about things. I am choosing the beliefs that I want to make prominent in my life. And from that place, you can make huge changes without getting lost in your head. A lot of times people get into I'll say me, when I got into at the very beginning, these concepts going back 30 years now, and even farther since I was 12 years old, when I got into these concepts of self-betterment and all of these things, I started trying to control my mind. And I realized quickly it's very hard to control your mind, but it's way easier to design your environment and upkeep your environment and maintain your environment, which in turn will keep your mind where you want it to be. This is why it's so incredibly important to work with your environment. I know it's usually the thing that's left out, but join me in the mission to make it the thing that is thought of first, because it's the easiest thing to do. If you've ever tried to change the way you think about something, you know how crazy making it could be. And if you've ever had that experience and you've just thrown your hands up and been like, I can't be positive about this, or I can't think positively all the time, you don't have to. But if you have a positive environment around you, more and more in a natural way, you will default to a higher place, which will help you to stay more aligned and make more things happen with ease. And so become more of a leader in your life this year. And there are so many ways to do this. Self-care is a huge way to bring power into your life. So if you need extra sleep, if you need new wellness routines, if you need anything to feel stronger, start bringing these small habits into your life. Now, in terms of preparing your home for this new moon and new year, you can start decluttering a little bit. You don't have to declutter your whole home, but I highly recommend doing a nice deep cleaning in the next few days if you can before the weekend. Traditionally, on the day of the Lunar New Year, there's no cleaning done. So no cleaning on Saturday. If you do, it's not the end of the world, but preparing and cleaning in advance can be such a wonderful way to welcome in all the fresh dragon energy and celebrate this synergy and career supercharging of this new moon. So work on these easy things, deep clean. And as you do it, think about the joy that you're generating. Think about the power that you're generating. As you scrub or clean, think about areas of your life that you're scrubbing and cleaning out. Maybe it's been like a cycle of overthinking or thoughts that keep coming back that are sort of haunting you from the past, and you're scrubbing them away and you're declaring to the universe, I'm ready for the new. I'm ready to move into the new. And this is a wonderful time. Every new moon is a time to set intentions, goals for the month ahead, all of the new things. And I highly recommend that this time you really think about infinite possibilities. So create a wish list that gives you greater freedom. And so what kind of freedom do you want? Do you want financial freedom? Do you want freedom to move around, to be untethered to a desk? Maybe you want to work at home or be a digital nomad. Maybe you want to have more freedom, to just financial freedom, to buy whatever you need, to do the things that you want to do. What are your goals for freedom, for expansiveness, to get out of a space where you feel like, oh, I can't do that. Oh, I can't do that yet. Oh, I can't. This is a time to set goals that move you toward everything is possible. Everything is possible. Everything is possible. So what would that freedom be for you? If you could have any kind of freedom in the world, what would it be? And it could be multiple things, but start setting goals that literally move you toward this greater freedom for yourself. This is going to be huge in the year ahead and literally the 20 years ahead as Pluto is in Aquarius. So lots of fun things coming this season. And if you want to become a Feng Shui pro, the School of Intention, the professional Feng Shui certification program, is now open for early registration. And depending on where you're watching this, there'll be a link below to learn more and join us. It's so exciting to start this season. Again, it feels incredibly supercharged. The energy is so high. The people coming in are amazing. And that's what this time is all about. I'm going to check the comments and see if, oh, I so appreciate you. Thank you so much. It is okay to have self-respect nods. Yes. And it's okay to hype yourself up as well. It's okay to say that you are great at something. You're allowed to do that. It's the time to start asking for our desires. Forget about why it hasn't happened yet. Yeah. I mean, I always think things haven't happened because they weren't meant to happen yet, because that's what happened. And so if the way it is what it is right now, and believe me, I've been in places all last year thinking to myself, why is this happening? Why is this happening? It all served a purpose. I would have loved for things to happen different ways, but it all served a purpose. And there are things we can't control as much as we can create our lives. And we're meant to grow and learn. And that's part of this whole Earth experiment, right? Being here. And so, yeah, ask for what you want and forget about everything else. It doesn't matter why it hasn't happened yet. It's about to happen. And now is your time. So checking to see, oh, hello from Queens. I'm so happy to see you. I love Queens. There's such great food there too. Cirrus Joy member here. I'm so excited I found you. I'm so excited you're here. And again, guys, this is the best astrology. There's so much great astrology. I don't want to say it's the best astrology I've ever done because I've done a lot of great astrology, but Christopher is amazing. And the astrology on Cirrus Joy every single week consistently is so incredible. And it was wonderful to be on the show. I'm going to post the video of my appearance soon on the show. It was incredible, incredible, incredible. Thank you guys so much for being here. And again, if you want to become a Feng Shui pro, you can find all the details below. There's so much coming in the year ahead. So please don't forget to subscribe and like and share and do all the things. It really helps the channel. And I appreciate it so, so much because I'm telling you, it's so still unbelievable to me that the power of environment is so low on the totem pole of what you think about personal growth. We think about all mind, body, spirit, but without space, there's nothing. It's like the movie set. Imagine a movie without a set. Imagine a movie that took place in just a random box or in a random set. You would be like, what am I watching? This is nothing. The set makes such a big difference. That's why I'm so passionate about bringing this to everyone, because it's easy to do. Use what you have and set up the most incredible start to the Lunar New Year, but also this fabulous new moon. Have so much fun, guys. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you soon. Bye.